They talk about the boom, but do they mention the bust? The headlines scream luxury, but the numbers don't lie. It's time to look the market straight in the eye. Welcome to the Miami Condo Exchange, where we break down the price, the scope and the range. With Peter Zalewski, the authority here, making the complex simple, making the murky clear. From the buy-side pressure to the sell-side heat, we're tracking every move on the concrete street. We got the data, the stats, the metrics you need. Beyond the flash and the glamour, we're planting the seed of truth. We analyze the trends, we map out the spread. Is it vintage charm or a money pit trap? We're looking at the analytics, closing the gap. Past performance, present shock, future prediction. Separating hard reality from the friction of fiction. No sugarcoating, no fluff, no disguise. Just the raw condo numbers right before your eyes. South Florida is shifting, the tides start to turn. If you don't know the math, you're gonna get burned. Yeah, this is the Miami Condo Exchange. Welcome to the Miami Condo Exchange, where we break down the price, the scope and the range. With Peter Zalewski, keeping it real, digging deep in the dirt of every single deal. From the buy-side pressure to the sell-side heat, the only podcast you need on the Miami street. Hey. Real numbers, real talk. The hyperbole stops here. This is the Miami Condo Exchange, y'all.
Happy Tuesday, Miami. This is Miami Condo Exchange, a statistical analysis of what's going on in the Tri-County, South Florida area. Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach County. What are we talking about today? We're talking about how the fifth straight week, including 4 of those, which were during the World Cup. Miami hosted a number of different matches. The South Florida Condo Cliff Index, overall, as well as vintage, which is those condos 30 years or more, has fallen. We're seeing a unraveling of the index or the indices throughout the South Florida area. It wasn't as dramatic this particular week. We had a drop in pending sales, and we also had a drop in listings. Why are the listings falling? Well, you got 2 options. One are those people who don't want to accept lowball offers. Maybe they paid too much, maybe they owe too much, and they're simply pulling their properties from the market. The other ones are simply expiring. Nobody's stepping forward, and nobody's buying them. They're not going under contract, and they're rolling off of the inventory list, the stock, if you will. Right now, today, if you look at what's going on in the market, listings, they're down 8% since the end of winter buying season, which was the end of April. Typically, the winter buying season goes from November through April. The summer buying season goes from May through October. We've lost 8% of the listings basically since April 28th. That's the overall market. On the vintage side, those condos 30 years old or older lost 9%. What about pending sales? Pending sales even worse. Overall pending sales are down 14%. Then you take a look at vintage pending sales, down 17%. So I would say this is really looking like a wasted opportunity for the summer. The summer buying season is not panning out the way many people thought. What you are seeing, though, is if you're a buyer, the opportunities are becoming more and more available simply because nobody's in the market looking to buy stuff. And if you are a buyer and you're looking for a discount and you have no urgency, you're not the cash-strapped unit owner who's basically under the gun because of rising maintenance fees, hefty special assessments, and pricey insurance premiums. You can basically sit back, wait for the market to come to you, and that's what a lot of buyers, in fact, are doing, and the indices are basically bearing it out there. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get into all of that. We're also going to show you line charts in terms of the marketplace, give you some grasp as to what's going on in this particular market, which is Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach County, which together makes up South Florida. I'm Peter Zalewski, condo consultant, expert witness, founder of the Miami Condo Investing Club. I go live every weekday at 4 o'clock. On Tuesdays, we talk about the statistical aspect of what's going on in the South Florida condo market. The name of the podcast is called the Miami Condo Exchange. Why? Because we look at the condo market as if it's a large trading pit or a trading floor for condos in Dade, Broward, Palm Beach County. Our perspective is basically to try to spot the opportunities, spot the pitfalls or the value traps, and help viewers and or members of Miami Condo Investment Club to get a handle of what's going on in the marketplace. Miami Condo Investment Club is an organization I started up 2 years ago. Basically, it's meant to give you real-time actionable information about what's going on in the market, short of all of the chamber commerce talk and the sell-side hyperbole. So what we're going to do is we're going to spend probably about a half an hour today or so going through the numbers. We'll lay it all out there, and at the end of the podcast, you'd have a pretty good grasp of what's going on in the market. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen. I should say you're watching this live. As a result, you're going to see it for free. Once the podcast is over, we're going to edit it, and then we'll make it available on demand. But the paywall will probably go up somewhere in and around here. And if you want to watch this podcast on demand in the future, you got to be a member of the club. In order to get information about the club, go to miamicondo.club. So that being said, let's go ahead and